So she's on your mind, but are you on hers? If you implement the strategy I'm going to share with you in today's video, I guarantee you she is going to start thinking about you nonstop, to the point of actually like obsessing about you. So first things first, you've got to understand that this is going to take a little bit of time. It's not instant. You've got to go slow, which is actually step number one, slow it down. Now I know that for a lot of guys this is hard, right? Because when you like somebody, when you start thinking about them, you want to go all in like super fast. But if you truly are interested in dating long term and making her obsess and chase you, you've got to slow down. You got to take the urge and you got to push it down and hold it there, gentlemen. You got to hold it until you realize that, yo, girl's wanting me bad, then bang, you can let it happen. But until then, you got to slow it down, you got to push it down. All right? The second thing I need you to do is don't text her all the time. In today's world, texting is a lot of times how we start to flirt, how we communicate. But you gotta understand that less is more when it comes to that initial like phase of attraction. If you're somebody that's sending and firing off like 20 texts a day, this isn't getting it done. You've got to be a little bit more mysterious. You also shouldn't always be available, which is actually the third step. You gotta take a step back. And like we said at the beginning of the video, it's all about timing. It's all about taking it slow. If you are always available, or if she knows that if she texts you, you're gonna fire one back like instantaneously and then proceed to text her 27 more times, she's gonna lose interest because she's gonna know, yo, I got this dude, I got this fool like in my back pocket, I don't need to work that hard. But if you're the guy that is not texting back all the time, or you're waiting a little bit, maybe like an hour to text her back, this is enough time to actually plant seeds of doubt. When she thinks that she doesn't have you, or you might be doing something better or more interested in somebody else, it automatically makes her crave you like crack. The next thing I need you to do is really focus on you. All right, now this one, once again, is a little bit more challenging for a lot of guys, because when we get interested in somebody, we focus a lot of attention and mental bandwidth on this person. I need you to stop. I need you to focus on you. What are things that you can do today that will actually improve you and make you better? A few things you can do in order to instantly boost yourself up, gentlemen, is go get a fresh haircut. When I get a fresh haircut, I always feel better about myself. I also look good. Something else that you can do is go shopping for a new outfit, right? Go through your wardrobe, purge it out, gentlemen. It's time to upgrade and elevate your wardrobe. Find an outfit that looks amazing on you. Going shopping also makes you not only look good when you're done, it makes you feel good, because when you go shopping, when you buy a new outfit, when you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, I look sexy, boom. It automatically boosts you up and it makes you the object of her affection. Now, something else that you can do is when you're shopping, you can always send her a text to ask her her opinion on a specific shirt or an item, or maybe even shoes. Asking her for her opinion is an incredibly powerful psychological trick to make her obsess about you even more. Another pro move is to ask her her opinion of your new fragrance that you just got from Scentbird, all right? So this one is super powerful for a few reasons. Number one, you're asking her opinion. Number two, in order to smell your fragrance, she's gonna have to get close, right? I don't want you spraying it on your wrist. Don't spray it here, gentlemen. The wrist is a terrible pulse point anyway. We've talked about it before, but I don't want you to be like, yeah, go ahead and smell it. No, don't smell it. I'm talking smell it. Get in there, girl, right? Yeah, she's gonna come all up in there like, and really give you a whiff, right? And then when she smells that sexy ass fragrance that you got this month at Scentbird, she's gonna be like, damn, Billy, I can't stop thinking about you. I want you now. Scent is one of the most powerful nonverbal communicating tools that you have. Unlike your height, unlike your bone structure, unlike your abs of steel, a fragrance is simple, it's quick, and it is devastatingly powerful. Real talk, guys, I've been obsessed with Scentbird for like 8 years. It is my favorite. I get multiple fragrances every single month because you can actually upgrade your plan, and I do, because I love trying all of the incredible fragrances that Scentbird offers. Now, of course, they've got your standard super sexy compliment killing fragrances like this one. This is Eros by Versace. Gentlemen, if you don't have Eros in your collection, and speaking of that, look how much you get. For under $17 a month, guys, you get 0.27 ounces of a new fragrance. The way that it works, you basically go on, you sign up, and then you build a fragrance queue. You basically get to go through all the amazing fragrances and pick which ones you want. And then each month, they're gonna send you a new fragrance or the next fragrance in your queue. And then when you find one that you absolutely love, then you can buy a big bottle. Because that's the thing, guys. There's nothing worse than thinking you like a fragrance, like in the store, you get it home and it doesn't really smell good, or your spicy señorita doesn't love it, or you just don't like it anymore, right? right? There's nothing worse than wasting money. With Scentbird, literally for under $17 a month, you get to build a fragrance collection. Now, Eros is a panty dropper. I'm just gonna say it right now because it is. It's amazing. And if you wanna try this one, guys, I've got links down below to the ones I got this month. Now, this one, game changer, but I got two others you might wanna check out. Salt Caramel by Shea and Blue is one that I wanted to just try. I wanted to see what it was about because I've heard a lot about Shea and Blue, and that's one of the other things I love about Scentbird. They've got a lot of these like boutique fragrances that aren't like mass market, which allows you to find ones like hidden gems that like all the guys aren't wearing. And the third fragrance I got this month is by a company called Armand Jane. It's called Armand Man. I'm gonna link to this down below. This one was kind of like a surprise. I saw a bunch of reviews that were like super high, a lot of ratings, and I'm like, okay, let me give this one a try. This is the perfect fragrance for like going out in the evening or a hot date. Here's the deal. They've got a ton of super sexy fragrances. Scentbird is amazing. If you're not checking it out, guys, now is the time. Hit that link down below. There's a discount code that's going to give you 55% off. If you use the code ALPHAM55 off, you're going to get 55% off your first month. You're going to get this cool, badass magnetic travel case that has a lock on it. You're also going to get your first month, whichever fragrance you want. Guys, the one that I'd recommend right here, Versace Veros, badass, amazing scent, guys. Hit the link down below. Check it out. Use that discount code ALPHAM55 off to get your first month of Scentbird for 55% off. Next thing is surprise her. Do something that's a little bit outside of the box. All right, in terms of like a date. If you're taking her out, don't ask her, don't be like, would you mind? No, be like, yo, girl, tomorrow night, I'm taking you out, tacos, tequila, boom, we're having a great time. I'll pick you up at 7. Women don't want to have you pussyfoot around. They want you to be a man. They want you to take what you want. And this is something that she's not going to be used to because most dudes are so like, I don't know, they're so worried about being rejected that they don't actually grab themselves by the junk, squeeze it, and tell her what you want. Gentlemen, don't ask. Tell her and make it memorable and surprising. Now, here's the deal. A lot of dudes are gonna do what is safe, right? Oh, I'm gonna take you to a movie, or I'm gonna do what? Movies are terrible first dates or second dates or third dates because you can't talk, you can't flirt, you can't have fun. You gotta do something that's fun, that's engaging. Don't sit and just like interview her, right? That's one of the other mistakes that a lot of guys make is that they'll be like, let's go get a coffee or let's go eat. Doing something active is an incredible way to bond, to connect, but it also is fun and a little bit different. By you just trying to be like, yo, let's go get a drink and then like interview each other, that is not memorable. It's also not something that she's gonna get really excited about doing again. She wants a guy that's going to basically have her and help her do things that are outside of her box. Don't ask, tell. Don't get too mushy. Don't get too all emotional and be like, I really want to just tell you how much no, stop it. Once again, you gotta keep her guessing. Uncertainty breeds and builds attraction and excitement. All right, I don't want you to be all like throwing your cards on the table like on your first date, being like, look, you're the greatest thing I've ever seen. I can't wait to have babies with you. And would you mind? No, stop it. You gotta hold back. Gentlemen, you've got to make her realize that you are the prize, not her. You happen to be there, which is a good thing, but she's got to work. Make her work for your attention and affection. And when you do this, it's going to make her think about you. It's going to make her chase you. It's going to make her do the work. You're not going to have to work as hard if she is uncertain about whether or not you're actually interested in her. You've got to make it abundantly clear that you are still your first priority. Because unfortunately, a lot of guys, when they get into a dating scenario or they see somebody or they talk to somebody that they really like, and they start to be tested because a woman will test dudes that are too like into them, or they'll test dudes that they are into just to see how they respond. Unfortunately, if a woman sort of like stops talking to you or doesn't respond the way that you think, a lot of guys will be all like, oh my God, and you'll like overdo it. And you'll try to salvage what you think you're getting ready to lose. And this is all just a test. It turns us into the worst versions of ourselves, as opposed to a dude that's just like, yo, all right, I'm cool, and you can ignore her for a little bit, right? Or not talk to her. And this is gonna F with their brain, gentlemen. She's gonna be like, yo, wait a second, I've tested all these dudes, they all come running, and it makes me lose respect for them, but I still do it because I wanna see how they're gonna respond. Which brings us to the next thing you need, and that is boundaries. You've gotta set boundaries. You don't wanna hang out with her all the time. You don't wanna be always available. You've gotta have boundaries. And if she pushes one, don't be afraid to put her in her place or tell her, no, you can't do that. No, you can't treat me like that. Or no, I am not gonna accept that because I deserve better. Period. You don't need to be apologizing for it. You don't need to be all like, oh, I don't know, maybe she'll get mad, maybe she won't be interested. Trust me, it's actually gonna be the opposite. When a man stands up and sets boundaries and says, no, you can't treat me that way, no, I'm not accepting that, or no, you're not gonna treat me like all these other idiots, and you then take action on it, it makes you so much further ahead than all these other dudes. Because most dudes are absolute pusses. But if you're a man that stands up for himself, this is wildly attractive. And that's why you see a lot of these like average looking dudes being chased and obsessed over by these like super like hot, spicy senoritas. Because these dudes still had boundaries. They stood up for themselves, as opposed to dudes that are even like really good looking that still have wild insecurities and allow women to walk all over them. Be positive, right? Be positive in your outlook, in your speak, and be a man of integrity and character. Respect her without kissing her ass. You implement this, I guarantee you something. Not only are you gonna be thinking about her, I guarantee you she is gonna be thinking about you all the time.